Well, moving on to the special session on Voice of Valluvar. Combined startup and skill development is the topic of this session, for which I would request Shri C. Rajendiran IRS, retired, former Vice Chairman, Settlement Commission Customs, Central Excise and Services Tax, South Zone, Chennai, to address the gathering. So may I now request everyone to put your hands together in welcoming Shri C. Rajendiran, retired IRS. Thank you very much, sir, for your time and presence. So he's going to talk on the topic, Voice of Valluvar, combined startup and skill development. And over to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My session was supposed to start at 4:30. I came here around 3:30 just to listen what's going on here. Let me first congratulate FICCI for taking this initiative of scaling up and also inviting me for sharing my perspective, not my perspective, Valluvar perspective on whatever we have discussed so far. Mr. Saravanan of Skill Angels has taken the risk of calling me. The post-retirement now, 4 years down the line, GST was inaugurated in Tamil Nadu on 1st July all over India, but I was here in Chennai as a guest of honor to launch GST, and thereafter I moved out. I was Chief Commissioner in Andhra Pradesh, training over 2,000 people before I left for Settlement Commission. I was in Singapore heading the commercial side of the mission for 4 years, trying to strengthen the relationship between India and Singapore. The current External Affairs Minister was my boss for a year, Dr. Jaishankar. India and Singapore entered into a comprehensive economic cooperation agreement. And that was the first ever agreement by India, a comprehensive agreement. Earlier to that, we had FTAs. So we had, a 12 round of negotiation over a period of 2 years. We could conclude this, and Singapore wanted more market, and India wanted more market. So both of us joined hands together, and then we signed this agreement in 2005. Now coming to this session. Let's just concluded session, he listed out 7 qualities. Whenever we think of Valluvar, the number which comes to your mind is 7. 7 seeds, not even 7 words. There are few couplets with 7 words. There are many couplets, more than 7 words also, but 7 seeds, the meters. Meter is only 7. Our Honorable Prime Minister says, made in India, meant for the world. Now, Thirukkural is made in India and meant for the humanity as a whole. Humanity as a whole. We have been talking about how do we prepare our youth, the young democracy, how do we prepare our youth for facing the future and facing the future effectively. Anybody in this room who is not aware of Thirukkural or Valluvar? Only people from outside Tamil Nadu perhaps are not aware of him. Thirukkural contains 3 parts. Recently, a friend of mine referred a book, Ikigai. All of you would have heard about Ikigai. And the definition it says, passion that gives value and joy to life. Two things. It's not merely joy. There should be value into what you do. If there's no meaning in what you do, you don't have the passion to do that. I mean, you will not develop passion. So Thirukkural, what I consider Thirukkural is, we need to have a holistic look into it. It has been heavily underutilized. Thirukkural is heavily underutilized. People use for 2 marks, people use for essay, people use for various things. But having a holistic look into Thirukkural will make a person a complete human being, a holistic human being. The first part talk about meaningful living. The entire 38th chapter, when you imbibe those qualities right from young age, it adds meaning to your life. The second part, Thomas Hitoshi Purishma, he recently translated, he is the first non-Indian translating Thirukkural into English in the last 100 years. Earlier, G.U. Pope, 1880 or something like that, he had translated. Complete translation, 1730, Virama Munivar. But the non-Indian Thomas Hitoshi Purishma, he termed the second part of 70 chapters, 700 couplet as power. Normally people translate this as a wealth. I asked him, we interviewed him over we interacted with him, we had a session with him for about two hours. I asked him, why did you generally people name the second part only as a wealth. Why did you name it as a power? He says, wealth is power, as simple as that. And Thirukkural says so. All of you are here, try to find out the ways and means to create wealth. Because without wealth, there's no life on earth. I don't say this, Valluvar says this. If you don't have money, you have no place to stay here. If I have no money, I can't come over here. It's as simple as that. Yes, money need to be created, wealth need to be created. Valluvar is very particular about this. 2000 years back, he said. So he termed, Thomas Hitoshi Purishma termed the second part as wealth, as power. I would say the second part gives an individual, whatever the Vice Chancellor and former Registrar they were talking about, it prepares the individual to face anything effectively. Not also ran. Not also ran. When you are there, you are there. When you are there, 100% you are here. That is what Valluvar, 700 couplets, he breaks it out into various components and says, imbibe this, build in this thing, keep it in mind, this one. And then the third chapter adds his husband-wife relationship. I'm telling you, beautiful poem, 250 couplets. So I look at Thirukkural as a SOP for meaningful, effective, and joyful living. If you have this 3 dimension, I'm telling you, whatever you do, you are an employee, you are an entrepreneur, you are a professor, whatever you are, you will have a complete satisfaction, and you don't run after money. Yes, money is important. As they repeatedly say, wealth creation is very, very important. Is that the only thing? So you need to have a balanced life. So the Ikigai book, most of you will be knowing, the authors try to find out a section of people living in some portion of Japan. They live longer. Not only live longer, they live a very satisfied, happy life. We talk about India become fourth largest economy Tamil Nadu has become second largest economy, GDP is, yeah, all those things are fine. All those things are fine. But the Human Development Index, the happiness of individual, is it there? We need to have that. We need to have a broad-based growth. And whatever Valluvar says, if we have a holistic view of what Valluvar says, wealth creation, wealth distribution, you will achieve this Ikigai in India, in Tamil Nadu. So we have a SOP, understand, we have an SOP, and we have certain people, we don't put this SOP into practice. Many times I have traveled over 20 countries. My job has taken me to several countries. Many people ask, Thirukkural contains everything. It's a management book. It's a book of management. It's a book of progressive love. It's a book of sociology. It's a book of psychology. I ask a simple question. Which university in Tamil Nadu is having as a part of the syllabus? Answer is zero. Because we don't have faith in our own set of instruction which has stood the time of 2000 years. We have no structured curriculum to teach our youngsters in the colleges. 2016 UGC issued a circular saying that please conduct debate, conduct essay competition, conduct sessions on Thirukkural so that it helps to build a harmonious society where individuals contribute more towards the society. We have not done it. None of the universities, none of the management institutes in India, in Tamil Nadu is having Thirukkural as a part of the syllabus, part of the curriculum. So unless we believe in ourselves, I'm not telling that this is be all and end all. Way back in 1960, UNESCO decided to translate set of books. I'm talking about late 50s. And one of the books chosen by UNESCO was Thirukkural. This has been documented in 1962 by a librarian in a book brought out by Madurai Meenakshi Puthaka Nilayam. It is there in the Tamil Digital Library. UNESCO has chosen Thirukkural to be translated to several languages. Now, fortunately, Central Institute of Classical Tamil is doing it. It has brought out in several languages. Our Honorable Prime Minister is supporting this initiative. Now, coming back to this, quickly I will get back to this thing. Gandhiji, all of you know that 7 sins, wealth without work, pleasure without conscience, science without humanity. Whatever you do, whatever the science, bionics, whatever X, Y, Z, unless it's focused on the welfare of the humanity, it's of no use. Technology is of no use. Valluvar says the purpose of knowledge, the purpose of acquiring knowledge is to understand the suffering of others and alleviate the suffering of others using your knowledge. If my knowledge is not helpful to remove the sufferings of the people, suffering could be anything. The grade may be different. People want to have food at home. Swiggy and Zomato has come. They don't have a big kitchen, big working space, a small place. I live in Perungudi near Tidal Park. A small outlet. We can't go and sit have a dinner there. But the fellow prepared excellent dinner. You order it, it's served at home hot. People try to find out the problem and try to find out the business model, and it's there. So we need to look at the problem faced by the society and try to find out the solution. Amul, I always quote, Amul is a great success story. It's a divided ownership, distribution of wealth, not concentration of wealth in few hands. Ownership is distributed. Excellent module. If you look at that, the journey of Amul, Varghese Kurian, the forgotten hero, you will rediscover what is the need of India now and how, what we need, which direction we need to move. Thirukkural envisions a country, chapter 74. He says 3 things a country need to have. Unfailing productivity, Thalla Vilayul, then skilled people, Takkar, then Thalvila Chelvar, the wealthy, honorable wealthy man, honest taxpayers, the wealthy persons who like a gentleman in Coimbatore, you are all aware, he earned so much and distributed wealth to the society so much through various initiatives. Shanti Gears. Mr. Subramaniam, he was awarded Padma degree by, he was awarded Padma by the government of India. So Thirukkural says, create wealth, make wealth, because, the reason why Valluvar says wealth creation is very important, then only will enemy will keep his mouth shut and his ego will be down. The only way to keep other fellow mouth shut is create wealth, make wealth. Then he says, these are the 3 things which a country need to have. And then he also says the country should not have 3 things. He says, the land which is free of much hunger. Fortunately, in our own generation, we have seen hunger. 60s, 70s. Food was a problem. Midday meal was a scheme started by Chennai Corporation. Students were not coming to school. Hunger. Now, fortunately, with the 140 crore people, we are able to feed them sufficiently well. It's an achievement. It's an achievement. We are celebrating 77 years of independence. It's an achievement. We have done well. Not that everything is bad. We have to go long way. When Thirukkural is used as an operating manual, I am telling you, we will build a society which is based only on righteousness. We will build a society which is a compassionate society. He says, compassion is the greatest virtue of all virtues. So 3 things. He says, hunger should be free from hunger, should be free from pandemics, and free from ravaging enemies. When we will be free from ravaging enemies? Only when we are economically a superpower. Otherwise people will show their colors. We need to be very, very careful. So Valluvar says these 3 things should be there, the 3 things should not be there. 6 things he lists out. The chapter 74 is not an ideal country. It's a country which is, it's not a dreamland. It's very much a reality. I was in Singapore in the 60s. People were 65, it got independence. 57, Malaysia got independence. 65, what kind of setup it was? It was a great slum. No harbor. Within 30 years, Lee Kuan Yew, a systematic, one of the panelists was telling, discipline is very important. You may be intelligent. It doesn't help. You need to have value system and you need to have discipline. Singapore, within 3 decades, could see excellent from 3rd world to 1st world. India, I'm telling you, we can replicate. The strength of India is its democracy. The strength of India is freedom of speech. The strength of India is really an ordinary human being like me can go to any level. Ordinary human being like Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he was quoted here. He could become President of India and share his vision with the people. So that is the strength of India. And I'm telling you, our tradition, our ancient literature will help us to scale new heights. The human relationship which is existing in India, I'm telling you, it's unparalleled. But only thing is, we must understand unity doesn't mean uniformity. Unity means we have unity in diversity. That's the strength of India. We need to preserve our multicultural nature, then only we can make economic progress. And in a multicultural setup, one book can be used as operating manual is only Thirukkural. There's no other book. You may say this, no, such and such literature is containing this information, such and such literature is, no. Everything has got a religious tone. And this is the only one which is secular in nature and comprehensive. It gives a comprehensive solution to the problem faced by the society now. 12 years back, I addressed about 1.5 hours, current problems, ancient remedies. I took out 6-7 problems from Human Rights Commission and then said, these are the solutions given by Valluvar. Are we ready to listen to him? If we don't listen, then face the consequences. So this is the one book which gives solution for everything. And it says, Valluvar says, the means as well as the end has to be honorable. This is what, it reminds me of Gandhiji. And Gandhiji is the one who put into practice 100% Valluvar. Valluvar was in theory and Gandhiji gave through his teaching colleges. In fact, Government of Tamil Nadu has initiated a scheme where from 2000 onwards, where people who can recite 1,330 couplet were given 1,000 rupees per month till college. Then they thought it's not possible to support that. Then they said one-time payment of 50,000. They said it's too much. Then now it is reduced to 10,000. From 10,000 with a lot of lobbying, we could make it to 15,000. Last year, the Honorable Minister told in the, in Assembly, it's 15,000 rupees. Every year our target is to train 100 students per district. And these students will be your potential partners, potential employees. So 4,000 students, Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry together, we intend to bring. As of now, Government of Tamil Nadu was giving award only to 70 students whole of Tamil Nadu. So last year only, Minister removed the ceiling and increased the price amount. So Thirukkural says, the means and the end will have to be honorable, and once you acquire wealth, Valluvar says, share it with the society. In fact, Saravanan, who called me here, he kept his DP, something like this. You think how much you can pay back to this society. Not that how much you earn from this society. You earn. We are in this position. We are in a good position. How much we can pay back to the society. I'm telling you, that mantra will drive you to make more money. So every individual operates in 4 spheres. 1 is self. Number 2 is the family. Number 3 is the kith and kin. Number 4 is the society. It's not necessary that an individual will have to operate one after other. Simultaneously, a college student, a school student can operate in all the 4. Only thing is the degree will vary. If a business entity is operating on this philosophy of how much I can contribute to my society, I'm telling you, there won't be any going back. Only moving forward, moving upward. So, Thirukkural says, this is why you need to make money and how you need to make money and what you need to do with your money. Everything, he was a holistic suggestion. And then startups. Whether Valluvar has said anything about startup. Yes? Starting up what? Starting a business entity? Because Vase Kodandichami was a former vice chancellor whose book was awarded Sakitya Academy Award. He translated into English, Immortal Kural, 100 rupees only. I recommend to each one of you, kindly read this small book in English, Immortal Kural by Sakitya Academy. There he says, Valluvar broken down everything to the minutest part. Like, Thirukkural is nothing but a mathematical formula. A plus B whole square equal to A square plus B square plus 2AB. Whatever the value put for A and B, the value will keep on changing. The results will keep on changing, but all results are correct. It's a mathematical formula. So once you imbibe the values of Valluvam in your body, mind and soul. In fact, the ultimate objective of Thirukkural is this 14 letters. Manathukkan Masalanadal. To become pure at heart and fill your heart with love, passion, and gratitude. That's all. And Valluvam talks about that. So Vase Kurandichami says, Thirukkural is broken down into minutest part. The minutest part is applicable throughout the globe. So once we systematically imbibe the values of Thirukkural from the school, college days, I am telling you, sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. I am not telling this. Mr. Chandrasekhar, Tata Group, he said so. He is from, area near Karur. The successful people have said, Thirukkural has helped the values imbibed, instilled by the teachers in the school, help them to scale up in their life. The 7 qualities which we're talking about, first let me complete this, how to start a business or what to do with the business, what are the things you have to look for. Valluvar puts everything in, first chapter and second part is about leadership. He listed 7 qualities of a leader. 2000 years back. Imagine the kind of society Valluvar was living, the kind of this, whatever the qualities prescribed for king is meant for CEO of any company. Not only for CEO, everyone is a leader. Only thing is, somebody, team lead may be leading 3 people, 4 people. A CEO may lead, 200 people. When I was a chief commissioner in Andhra Pradesh, I was leading 2,000 people. Only the scale is different, but the formula is same. He says a king need to have 7 qualities. He lists out in chapter 39, only in 2 couplets. He says, these 4 unfailing mark a king. What are the 4? Courage. Courage. When do you have the courage? Only you have a domain knowledge, only you have a sound knowledge about the chosen field, you will have the courage to take a, stand. Courage, liberality, wisdom, and energy. It talks about the whole chapter on energy. Whenever you think of something which is close to your heart, you lose your sleep. Not only you lose your sleep, you don't suffer. You enjoy that, what you do. That kind of energy, Valluvar talks, zeal and enthusiasm. The very word must arouse your mind, makeup. So these are the 4 things. And next couplet says, a ruler should never lack these 3, diligence, learning, and boldness. So boldness and learning. Learning is a lifelong process. Valluvar says, once you understand learning is a lifelong process and the whole world is open to you, why you are not devoting time for learning? Keep learning till death. That is what is prescription. So 7 qualities he lists out. On these 7 qualities, he has got 10 couplets each, 70 couplets he has got. 7 chapters or 8 chapters dealing with this. And then that 7 qualities which he was talking about, curiosity, empathy, whole chapter in empathy is there. Curiosity, he says, Valluvar says, prescribes, don't accept just because whatever I say. So and so said, so and so. No. Question everything, scientific temper. It's not a inscription written on stone. He says, question everything till you're satisfied. So, empathy, creativity, he says, once you keep on questioning, once you keep on learning, and you will have this, automatically this creativity. Similarly, intuition. Intuition cannot be taught in a business school. Intuition is over a period of time, you get to know something. My gut feeling says so. It's not gut feeling. Whatever you imbibed over a period of time, that is what, intuition. Then capacity to inspire. It comes automatically. It comes automatically. Gandhiji, which business school did he study to inspire 30 crore people those days? People listened to Gandhiji without question because of honesty. One philosophy, honesty. Capacity to collaborate, teamwork. How many people willingly collaborated? How many people left the family? How many people left the entire property at the disposal of Mahatma Gandhiji? When are we going to see that kind of leader in our country? So only we need to prepare that kind of leaders. It has to come from us. It has to come from our family. Then perseverance. A whole chapter, Valluvar says, on perseverance. This is one couplet which is very close to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And he said, one who is not troubled by the trouble. One who is not troubled by the trouble is the one who gives trouble to trouble. இடும்பைக்கு இடும்பை படுப்பர், இடும்பைக்கு இடும்பை படாதவர். இது அடிக்கடி அப்துல் கலாம் சொல்லக்கூடிய குரல் இந்த குரல். Singapore, I was there with him for 3-4 days. I was handling his state visit to Singapore, and finally he said, "What is your message for Singaporean?" Is it the Quran number 595? What is that? It says, "Vellathane malarneettam mandadum ullathaneyadu uyarvu." As you think, you rise up. This is what the couplet talks about. And couplet number 666 is the one he put it in Wings of Fire. What is that? 666 is, whatever you think, you will achieve as it is, without any deletion or addition. When you keep on thinking only on that, only when you keep on meditating upon that, when you do that, I'm telling you, success is yours. Success is automatic. And success is whatever you do, you will achieve that. So that is what he lived Thirukkural. He kept always a copy of Thirukkural with him. So my sincere request to each one of you is, buy Thirukkural in your own mother tongue, if you are comfortable with your mother tongue. If not, buy a good translation. P. Sundaram is available, in Penguin Classics, or the Central Institute of Classical Tamil has come out with several versions. So Thirukkural and my experiments with the truth will inspire each one of us, and it will help us to face the future. And Valluvar says, there's no future shock for a person who take all calculated steps and ready to face the future. For him, there's no future shock. Valluvar assures. So with these words, so I thought I'll, 700 couplers. I have a structured training program. In fact, I do half-a-day session for MAPS's structured training program where you can give a slice of Valluvar over a period of, about 3-4 hours. Overview of Valluvar, what it contains. Then it's left to you to explore, to travel through, and find out the secret, 2,000-year-old secret, which is risen from this land. So thank you very much, gentlemen. And whatever you do, I wish, I would like to see an India which is a model for the rest of the world, in all respects. And recently, whatever you have done it on ISRO, it's a moment of pride for each one of us. And we have the talents in tier 2, tier 3 cities. It's not that only tier 1 or IIT, IIM only have. I am not IIM product. I am a very ordinary arts college product. I not even studied in English when I was in English medium was available. So, we could scale up. We can do, sky is the limit. So thank you very much. Jai Hind.
So thank you very much for your time and presence and for the rich knowledge that you've been sharing with us. And Nandri Marapada Nandrandre, Nandralada Andre Marapada Nandre. Thank you very much, sir. So that's the couplet, I always use. And may I now request Mr. Saravanan, sir, the co-convener, FICCI, Tamil Nadu Startup and Skill Development Panel, and EdTech Entrepreneur, Innovator, and Angel Investor, to present the memento to our session speaker, who was speaking about the voice of Valluvar, Shri C. Rajendiran, the retired IRS, former Vice Chairman, Settlement Commission, Customs, Central Excise and Services Tax, South Zone, Chennai. Thank you very much, sir.